guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming kind of a fun video. I put up a poll on Instagram between two video options, and this one won. The other one was plant chores, which I'm still probably gonna do that video. I just have to wait for a day that I do all of my plant chores. Today's video is going to be 5 plants that are thriving and 5 plants that are struggling. I feel like there's a misconception of because you have a lot of plants, you don't kill plants, which is not true. I've killed a lot of plants to get to where I am and to know how to take care of certain kind of plants. And I still do kill plants. I mean, it happens. Overwatering, underwatering, there's a lot of factors that go into killing a plant, and it can be really easy to kill a plant. I really like these types of videos because it does show you guys that like we do have plants that are struggling and that just don't look the best. And I know that we do that to ourselves, like make it look like that, because we only post pictures of like our best looking plants, but like who wants to see a dead plant, you know? But I think that this video is really fun because not all of our plants are Instagram perfect. I'm going to start off with the 5 plants that are struggling, because you always gotta do the bad news first, right? Get the bad news out of the way and then end on a good note. I'm going to grab the first plant that is struggling, and if you guys want to see my struggling plants and some of my plants that are thriving, then just keep watching. Okay, so this first plant might look familiar if you guys watched my $600 plant haul. You guys would recognize this. This is a variegated Weftii, and it is not doing so good. It has lost a couple of leaves since I filmed that video, which I didn't even film it that long ago. It just doesn't look good. It's super thin and bendy, and it doesn't look like it has any like new growth or anything happening, which Hoya are pretty slow growers for the most part. I just feel like these leaves are gonna keep falling off, and then it's just gonna be nothing. It's just gonna be roots in soil. I've just been keeping my eye on it. I water it when it gets really dry, which I do with most of my Hoyas, or I wait for them to get bendy before I water my Hoyas. Treating this one exactly how I do with my other Hoyas, and this one is just like it's not living its best life at all. And the roots were good. It looked good when it came in, so I don't know if it's just adjusting or what, but yeah, the first plant that is struggling is my variegated Weftii. Alright, so my next plant that is struggling is my purple prickly pear cactus. I do have an unboxing of this cactus up on my channel, so I will link that down below if you want to give it a watch. This thing has lost its color like so fast. It's like crazy. This thing was so purple and like had like a pink tint to it, so it doesn't look like that anymore. It's kind of just like a blue mint color, which it still looks pretty, but I don't know if you guys can tell all of the like discoloration on it. Like it's been getting these like white patches all over the pad, and then it also has like darker green like spots on it. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it just looks like really discolored, and like I don't know what's going on. I messaged the seller and was just like, hey, why is it doing this? Like, why does it look like that? Is it normal? Like, am I not giving it enough light? Am I giving it too much light? She told me to like remove the pad and see if it started rooting, because this was just a cutting. And she said that if it's not rooting, then the pad is dying off, and that if it is rooting, that this just like happens sometimes. Oh shit. Sorry, my phone. I did try to pull the pad out of the soil, and it was like really rooted in there. Like I was like kind of struggling to pull it out with my tongue, so I kind of just left it alone. I didn't want to like disturb it too much. But she told me that I might be giving it too much humidity, because in my bedroom I have at least 50% in here, because this is where all my plants are. She said that it's probably getting too much humidity. These are like all around Arizona and stuff, and like in the desert, and they don't really have high humidity like that. So she thinks that it might have been the humidity doing those spots to it. So I did move it to my kitchen and right on my reptile rack, and I do get a lot of humidity in that kitchen anyway, just because of the reptiles, and then obviously like the sink is always running. But that's the lowest place I have humidity in my apartment, is in the kitchen dining room area. I'm kind of just like letting it chill and like watering it once in a while, but it hasn't grown any new pads. It hasn't done anything but look weird. It's not dying and it's not thriving either. It's kind of just there. Like, I don't know. It's definitely weird, and I'm really upset that it lost its color. Yeah, that is my second plant that is struggling. Next up, This is a very heavy pot, so my arm's probably gonna fall off. This is my Calathea Triostar. Now, this guy used to be so easy to take care of. It never needed extra humidity. I never had to worry about it. Like, super easy, just water it when it got dry and that was it. I don't know why it's throwing a tantrum. It has gotten so crispy. I don't know if you guys can tell. A lot of spots that are crispy. All of the edges are crisping. The new growth comes in like really, really weird. If it was a humidity issue, I feel like all of my Calatheas would look like this. I'm gonna try to show you guys this new growth. Like, do you see how it like just grows in like super weird and like deformed and like, I don't even know. It's like the weirdest thing ever. I moved it to my bathroom because it has a little bit less light there and way more humidity. So I'm testing it out, and it did pop out this leaf, and it doesn't look as bad as the other one. It's not perfect, especially on the edges, but it is looking a lot better. So I don't know what's going on. I'm kind of just doing a trial and error with this guy and just hoping for the best. So my fourth plant is my Philodendron Imperial Red. I just bought this not that long ago. I have a video up of me buying it and like repotting it, kind of like rehabbing it, which it totally is a rehab. It's like not doing the best at all. It's really beautiful. Like, I love the dark foliage. I love how big the leaves get, and it's really, really pretty. My issue with it is it keeps getting mealybugs, and I don't like mealies. Those are just like one of the pests that plants get that just like absolutely gross me out. I treated it for mealies probably like a week after I brought it home because that's when I noticed them, which I always do a neem oil treatment, but I don't know if it was just hiding somewhere or what. So I treated it with Captain Jack's like twice and it looked like it was fine. So I moved it out in the living room next to Howie, and I was checking up on Howie a couple days ago and I saw a big ass mealy on one of the leaves. I'm sorry if that was really washed out. I don't know what my camera's doing. If I put my hand in front, it kind of like goes back to normal, so I don't really know what's going on. Anyway, I totally freaked out. I moved it away from Howie, did a complete like Captain Jack's treatment on it. Like, I was going crazy. And then I also treated Howie because I'm not risking that. That is my favorite houseplant, and he's just too big and I'm just like not dealing with that. Yeah, I don't know. This guy is not really doing much other than giving me bugs. Last up on my struggling list is my Calathea Leopardina. I bought this from my grocery store, ShopRite. If you're not from New Jersey, it's literally just a food store, but they do have like a little plant section in there. Oh God. Did you just see that fungus gnat? I can't. It looks really good right now because I trimmed back all of the leaves that were looking super weird, which I shouldn't have done because it's kind of like the whole point of this video. It's doing this like weird thing where like the new growth that is coming out like see-through. Like the tips are like see-through and they're like yellow. It's super weird. Like, if I put my finger behind the leaf, I could see my finger through it. So weird. It does have 2 new leaves coming out in the center. I don't know if you guys will be able to tell, but those leaves look okay. I don't know if it was like the soil that it was in, or I have no idea. Maybe like ShopRite was watering it with tap water. Like, I'm not sure, but ever since I repotted it and put it in this ceramic pot and just been watering it like my other Calatheas, it seems to be doing better. This is another plant that's just going to be trial and error. Like, if those new leaves come out completely perfect, then we're all good. We're in the clear. If not, I still don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but let's just hope that it's up from here. Now we're going to get on to the 5 plants that are thriving. Sorry, my shirt's like choking me. My first plant that is thriving is my Monstera Albo. I feel like you guys are so sick of me talking about it. Like, I don't really talk about it that much on my YouTube, but on my Instagram, I'm always posting my Albo. This thing is so pretty. I've dreamed of having this plant for so long, and I bought it as a 1-leaf cutting. I have an unboxing up on my channel, and now it's pushing out its 4th leaf, which is just absolutely crazy. Like, I can't believe how fast this thing has grown, and it's just like beautiful. This was the original leaf. And then it popped out this one, which is so pretty. It's giving me like half moon vibes. The stem is definitely like a half moon. The leaf kind of has like a weird shape to it, but it is the first leaf that pushed out from a single cutting, so I didn't expect it to be as pretty as this, so I'm very happy with this. And then it popped out this leaf, which has a lot less variegation on it, but that is totally okay because I don't want this plant to get too white. Sorry, I was just covering my face that whole time. If the plant started pushing out all white leaves, it's gonna die, so I would need to chop it. Totally okay with it giving me a leaf like this and then a leaf like this, which this is still beautiful. I love the marbling variegation on it. That's why I bought this cutting in the first place, because this is my favorite type of variegation, is like that marble splattered look. It's so pretty. And then the fourth leaf, and oh my god, it looks so pretty. So I'm so excited to see that unfurl. The stem is looking beautiful, gorgeous. Yes, it is kind of staked up with a metal straw, but you know, whatever works. I will eventually get it a actual trailless because it totally deserves a real one. I'm so proud of myself that I haven't killed it, and this thing has totally like doubled its value. I could definitely sell this for a lot more money than I bought it for, but I would not do that. I love this guy and he is my son. Second up for my thriving plants, this is my Calathea White Fusion. You guys, I am so obsessed with this plant. It has grown so much. I look back on my Calathea collection video and this thing was so small and it has just taken off. Oh my god, my phone keeps going off. I'm so sorry. It has matured like crazy, so it never used to have the purple backs. If I flip it around, you can see how many of the backs are purple. There are a lot of backs that are just green because those are the older, less mature leaves. Oh my gosh. Look at this freaking, oh my god. It's just so pretty. I love this plant. I know a lot of people struggle with white fusions. They either completely crisp up and die, or they get infested with spider mites. I do really well with Calathea, so I've never had an issue with this. It is super easy. I just water it when it gets dry. The leaves also start to like curl, almost like a taco. And really easy, fast growing. It's such a pretty plant, and you can find them for relatively cheap. That is my Calathea White Fusion, and she is thriving. Third plant that is thriving is my Paelia Pepperminties, and I'm just like so excited to be even talking about this and putting it in this category because this is my fifth Paelia. I have killed four of these guys. I just could never figure them out. They absolutely hated me. I either overwatered it or underwatered it. They just die like so fast, just gone. There is no time to save them. My camera keeps overheating and shutting off. It's definitely thriving. It's doing its thing. It's living its best life. It has started working on 2 pups. So there's one right there, and then the other one right in front. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it has pushed out 2 pups, which I will eventually be able to separate and make into a whole nother plant. So this guy is doing so good. I'm obsessed with it. I love the way that it looks. It's one of the coolest plants that I own or that I even know of. Honestly, it's amazing. So yeah, this is my Paelia Pepperminties. So next up, I think this is my 4th plant. Ugh, I don't even know, is it? Yeah, this is my 4th plant. Okay. This is my Begonia immaculata widey eye. I actually just put it on a trellis today. These fungus gnats are really pissing me off. I put it on this really cute like mini wooden trellis and I just love it. It's gonna help it from growing out and more up. So I love the way that it looks on a trellis. If you have one of these, definitely put it on a trellis. I promise you it looks 10 times better. I haven't done well with begonias in the past. I think I had like 2 Rex begonias or something like that. Like easy begonias, like nothing crazy, nothing rare, and I killed it like pretty quickly. So I was kind of nervous to buy one of these, but I know a lot of people have success with them and they're super easy to care for, so I picked one up. I have nothing in my collection that looks like this, so it definitely stands out, and it is just thriving. Like this thing had probably like 4 or 5 leaves when I bought it, and it has just popped out a bunch of leaves. It has gotten so full and tall, and it currently has like 3 maybe 4 like new growth points. There's one right there. There's a little guy peeking out through there. It's kind of hard to show you now because he is all tied up, but yeah, this guy is just doing amazing and I highly, highly recommend. Last but not least, I'm going to show you a plant that used to really intimidate me, and it kind of still does intimidate me. It definitely needs a water right now, but this is my orchid. It is a Phalaenopsis orchid. It's nothing fancy. You can get these at a grocery store, Lowe's, Home Depot. I bought mine at a Lowe's. It was like $8 and it came with a pot, but I switched it to a terracotta. I currently have it just in sphagnum moss, and I just water it when the spag gets dry, like super dry. I was always like really nervous to get one. I decided to get one that wasn't expensive so that if I did kill it, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But this thing is doing amazing, like amazing. I give it super bright light, never direct, and I just water it when it gets dry. It has popped out so many blooms. When I bought it, it had, I think, about 3 blooms. It has just taken off. I also want to show you guys its new leaf that it's currently working on right here. I was so excited when I saw that because I just, like I said, they just really intimidate me. I for sure thought that I was going to kill it, but it is pushing out a new leaf, pushing out a bunch of new flowers, and it also has started a new root. And I keep it in spag because it's really easy to check the roots. I know a lot of people like to keep it in a clear pot so that they can see the roots. I accidentally snapped that root, if you can even see it. Yeah, I accidentally did that. And then if you can see these little white things sticking out of the moss, those are brand new roots that are growing. Every once in a while when it's dry, I will just pull it out like I just did and just check the roots, make sure everything is doing good. It's definitely thriving. It's pushing out new growth, pushing out new roots, and it's doing really good. So I'm really proud of myself. And if you were intimidated by orchids, please try one. Get a cheap one, but just try one because you'll be very surprised of what you can take care of. Okay guys, so those are my 5 plants that are struggling and 5 plants that are thriving. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a like and subscribe before you leave, and I will see you guys in my next one.